Hello guys, what's that one mistake that you think ladies make most times in relationships? You think they talk too much or they nag a lot? Hi, you're welcome to the Princess Amarachi show, and in today's episode we'll be discussing some mistakes that ladies make in relationships. Now, if you're joining us for the first time, this is a perfect time for you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. All the same, welcome to today's episode. Now, as I said, we'll be discussing some mistakes that ladies make in relationships. These ones are actually very subtle or not so popular or evident like we all know. Now, so you want to listen so that you can identify if there's anyone you're making or one that your friend is making and find a solution to it. One of such mistakes is thinking that marriage will validate you or define you. Now, marriage is not just about being a phase in life that you're so prepared or pumped up or primed to be. I know we most think, oh, it's such a beautiful thing to get married or be in a relationship. That is amazing. But hinging your validation or your definition or the course of your life, the purpose of your life or marriage is actually a costly mistake. You know why? Because you have a self-worth, you have an esteem, you're supposed to have a confidence that is beyond marriage. What if the marriage fails? What if the marriage doesn't last? Or what if the person you're so much passionate about having a relationship with doesn't want to continue again? So you fall flat, you lose your hope, you lose your confidence, and you feel like the whole world is crashing in on you. And that's why most people think that ladies who are not in a relationship or who don't want to get married are failures. We look at them like, she's so good in this, but she did this, and that means a total failure? Oh no. So understand this, that marriage is not supposed to validate you or define who you are. You are supposed to be who you are, irrespective of marriage or not. In fact, you should bring your own validation into the marriage and make it better and a beautiful place to be. Do you get that? Now, the second mistake that most ladies make is overlooking little serious issues until they escalate. What I mean by this is that when you notice something that is very important to you, that you think is going to be a very major issue in your relationship. Some people used to call it red flags, but I think these ones are somehow little that you cannot even call them red flags. They can be changed, but they are very much important to you. And because you don't want to be seen as nagging, then you keep quiet and let it pump up in your heart so much that one day it just escalates. And then your partner is wondering, where are you coming from? Why are you overreacting? I'm just doing this for the first time. You're like, no, you've been doing it all this while and you never bothered to talk? Oh, come on. When we make this kind of mistakes, we make people think or wonder if we actually okay, like if we really want to be in this relationship. We make them wonder, how is this person handling his or her emotion? Because it's actually a sense of overreaction. So if you notice something that is not okay with you, no matter how little you think it can be, remember that your partner doesn't know that this hurts you or this is one serious issue or one thing that you hold so dear. You keep doing it and one day you get so hurt that you want to deal with the person mercilessly, and that is not going to turn out right. Now, the third mistake that I think most ladies also make is comparison. Now, it's very subtle because no one wants to enter into a relationship and say, okay, I'm going to compare my partner with this person. No, but when you find yourself in the midst of people, as you observe people, as you see people, as you converse with your fellow ladies or your friends, and you see how they live their relationship and you see something that you admire, instead of you to find a way to find the goodness in your own relationship or learn to communicate with your partner about that, you begin to compare and contrast in your heart. Because when you're done comparing and contrasting in your heart, it begins to manifest in how you react to the person. Somehow you begin to resent this other person because, hey, look at this, my friend. He ties the friend's shoelace, but you don't help me put on my shoe. Why? Or this one is richer than you, or this one is much more handsome. This one knows how to groom himself more than you. Come on. See, let me tell you, if you ever find something that you admire in someone else's relationship, one thing you need to do is ask yourself, are we on the same path? Do I know everything about this person so much enough to say this person is so perfect more than the person I am in a relationship? And to think of it, men don't need stress. So if you're going to put a man under pressure, I think you just have to leave him and focus on that person that you found out something so admirable about. Of course, because if you are in a relationship with someone, you are actually saying that I am ready to go through this with you irrespective of your weaknesses and your strength. So enough of the comparison, rather magnify the strength that you find in your partner and you will enjoy your relationship. Now, the fourth mistake that I think most ladies make is hiding little but sensitive information in the fear of rejection. Now, in the beginning of the relationship, you're like, oh no, it's too early for me to tell this person maybe an information about my health, an information about my finances, or some history or experience in the past. You're like, okay, it's too early. I don't want to tell this person. Maybe when we get deeper into the relationship, I'll open up fine. Now, you now get deeper into the relationship, you're like, okay, let me not just spoil the moment, you know what I'm saying? Okay, we're already planning to getting married. I'll open up. And you're planning to get married, you just get so busy that you don't remember when you get into the marriage. This person starts discovering these things on their own, and it causes a lot of problems in relationship. Not because the person doesn't want to take your experiences in the past, whether they are good or bad, but because it gives a notion that this relationship has been based on lies and deception. Whether that's the only one you're hiding or if there are many more, but that's just the reality. And so how do you just solve this? It's better that you come upfront in the beginning of a relationship where you notice that you're already building a relationship around someone. Open up and talk. Okay, if the person leaves you and goes around spreading the whole good news or the whole bad news, that is better. At least you need to go to church and thank God, because if this person cannot take that information you're giving him or her, or that your past experience, whether it's ugly or too good, the person cannot bear it at that moment, what makes you think this person will bear it in marriage? Because you're going to make some mistakes in marriage as well. You're going to feel disappointed at some point or the other. And so he has to learn how to face and encourage you in the face of those silly disappointments and mistakes. So you see, there is a whole lot more going to happen in the future. And so for you to know the kind of person you are in a relationship, please be upfront, sincere, and say whatever it is that you know might be a surprise in the future from this moment. Don't you think so? And finally, one mistake that I think that ladies make is they expect their partner to do mind reading a lot. Now, most ladies are on this table. In as much as we say ladies are open, sincere, and want to be authentic, most times serious issues that concern us, we hide them. Not necessarily that we hide them. We don't say it upfront. Like, someone asks you, how's your day? It was fine. Hey, but your voice doesn't sound like your day was fine. Oh, it was fine. And this person takes with the notion, okay, it's fine, and moves on. The next day you come up with that your sulky face, and the person's like, why are you? Even yesterday I was having a very hard day, and you couldn't even ask me, you didn't even notice. But the person asked you and you said it was fine. What do you want him to do? Come on, guys. If you're having an issue or a challenge, what's the essence of being in a relationship you can't share it? Of course, this person might not always observe or be so interested or concerned enough to notice those things that you do not say by your actions. But it makes it a lot easier if you can open up most times to share your challenges or to share your experiences that you want him or her to help you or encourage you on. So enough of the mind reading. Yes, you're not solving mathematics here. Enough of the mind reading. Share it. Let's know. Do you understand? And if you don't share, you don't expect the person to know all the time or give us those sulky motives and actions and all the rest. You get? Say that and let's know. So let me give you the roundup of what I said earlier. Most of the mistakes that ladies make in relationships is that they do mind reading a lot. They compare their partner with their friend's partner. They hide little but serious information in the fear of rejection. You overlook serious issues until they escalate and just start talking about it, and you think marriage will validate you or define you. Do you find yourself in any of these tables that I'm shaking right now? I would like to get your comments on it. Or do you know someone who does that? Have you experienced that much? Or do you not to all these mistakes I've shared? If you agree, if you disagree, I just want to know in the comment section. Tell me your thoughts on each of these mistakes and how best you think that we can solve it. Well, that's it on today's episode. I just hope and know that it's a revealing session for you. If it is, thank you so much for listening, and so it's a perfect time for you to subscribe if you have not, of course. Thank you very much for listening. See you in the next episode. And until then, keep living every day from within to without. Take care. Bye.